If I ask you a question, why you came on this earth, can you answer this question?
No.
So if I say you can't answer, why?
It's beyond my
Because-
comprehension.
So it is beyond the comprehension of the science. So science cannot be only with the materialism. This is exactly what homeopathy propounds.
Okay.
Homeopathy becomes an energetic therapy where you think of universal consciousness, which is in the form of the energy.
Okay.
You see how many types of energy we have. We have electrical energy, mechanical energy, potential energy, kinetic energy, electrical energy. And there is one more energy which we could call as a all-embracing supreme energy.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
It's such a joy to have you on this show.
Yes, I am also feeling privileged.
Sir, your journey has been so phenomenal. आप एक छोटे से village very close to Satara. You come from that place,
Yeah.
and your journey from there to where you are,
Yeah.
it's phenomenal. Could you just share something about your journey? How did you start, and what inspired you to basically get yourself immersed in homeopathy and
Right.
जो सारे treatments आप worldwide
Yeah.
दे रहे हैं, तो उनके बारे में थोड़ा सा बताएं.
13 years of age, when my spiritual guru, who used to meet my father,
Okay.
he used to come at our home and he used to give a lot of discourses to us. And he looked at me when I was going to the school and bowing before him. He looked at me and told my father, Ajit is going to become a homeopath.
Okay.
So at that time, I was 12 years of age.
Okay.
My father was not knowing so much about homeopathy, only name of homeopathy.
Because he was a general
practitioner. At that time, there was a mixed course of Ayurveda and allopathy. It was called the DASF course.
Okay, I didn't know about this. We used to have a combined course.
Yes.
And now it is not, right? There is a lot of...
In BMS, they have combined now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In BMS, they have combined. At that time, it was only the course of DSF, combined allopathy and Ayurveda. Then I took the education, and at our time, there was the 11th standard pass out.
Okay.
Then if you want to go to MBBS or any other medical faculty, you have to do PD science for 2 years.
Okay.
At that time, there was a 12th standard new curriculum by the government. So they collided. And even though I received 78% marks, I fell short by 13 marks.
Okay.
So I couldn't enter into MBBS.
Okay.
My father wanted that I must become an allopath because that was the atmosphere at that time.
Absolutely.
So my father decided to go to Gulbarga because donation for MBBS admission in Maharashtra was much more. So while going to Gulbarga, my father met my spiritual master. I am going to Gulbarga. So at Solapur, my spiritual master used to stay. And when my father started telling him that I will take an admission for Ajit at Gulbarga, he told, no, you forgot what I told you. Your son will go for homeopathy. This is his destiny.
Okay.
Go back. So my father listened to this. So I became a homeopath. I am the one who came, who stood first in all 4 years of my college consecutively in Maharashtra. I wrote a letter to my spiritual master that it is because of your blessing that I stood first in Maharashtra. He wrote me, okay, blessings are blessings, but your efforts are more important than blessings. You see the thinking.
I know.
And he wrote to me, you will do a lot of things for homeopathy in future.
Isn't it incredible?
I have still the letter written in Marathi language. And all his, words are now true. They are before. all of us. I always say that this story is very interesting, very unique, very uncommon. So I have written in one of my interviews that you may not believe it, but the reality is this one. So you may not accept the reality, but for me, this is the reality.
Because it's very unlikely to
Unlikely.
see, a allopath, following a path of guru, and then, having his son kind of follow what he said. Since they are so scientific in their approach, something which is little, I would say, esoteric in nature for some people. So they kind of disbelieve, or there is a disbelief, or there is maybe not so much confidence in what some spiritual masters might say.
You see, Monica, we have to think of all these issues in a very broad way. I think there are two ways of understanding the life. One, materialism, materialistic life. The second one is a dynamistic life.
Okay.
You see, when you dissect the molecule, what remains is only energy. The spirals of energy which are always in motion. Through the energy, matter is formed. So you cannot brush aside the concept of the energy. And you cannot think of only the matter and consequently the science. Science cannot be only with molecular basis. Take for example, you are loving your daughter. If I ask you a question, can you show me your love under microscope?
No, never possible.
No. Because emotion is something which is present, which is the reality, but you can't see it. So there is a life of dynamism. So the life of spiritualism. We are guided by some mysterious forces in our life.
Absolutely.
If I ask you a question, why you came on this earth? Can you answer this question?
No.
So if I say you can't answer, why?
It's beyond my comprehension.
So it is beyond the comprehension of the science. So science cannot be only with the materialism. This is exactly what homeopathy propounds.
Okay.
Homeopathy becomes an energetic therapy where you think of universal consciousness, which is in the form of the energy.
Okay.
You see how many types of energy we have. We have electrical energy, mechanical energy, potential energy, kinetic energy, electrical energy. And there is one more energy which we could call as a all-embracing supreme energy.
Could you just
all-embracing supreme energy, which is so broad, you could just call it as a universal consciousness.
Okay.
And you can't think of the consciousness without energy. So we are, I will not say an integral part of this universe. I will say you are universe. You have a micro universe within you. The same energy which is present in the universe is also present within you as a biological energy. So our system is made up of something very unique. Each individual is unique.
Absolutely.
Why they are unique? Not because they have the same kind of the hands and feet and eyes and nose and brain, you see.
Right.
Because they are made uniquely in terms of degrees and levels which are different. Behind our body there is a mind which we do not see. You know, Freud was a psychoanalyst who gave mind in terms of instinctual energy. He developed three concepts which are called as id, ego, and superego. Id is a center of all of our impulses, all of our ambitions, all of our longings and wishes. So you require energy to execute the wishes, no? So you come to the energy, no? When you say that immunity is there, my immunity has become weak. You talk of energy. Everything is energy, no? We have now so much, you see lamps over here. These are the form of the electrical energy. transformation of energy from potential to kinetic is very common. All these considerations go beyond materialism, go beyond biology, go beyond our physical state. So the illness cannot be only physical. Illness has to be a combination of mind, body, and life experiences, your memory. So much concept have evolved in psychology, in psychiatry, in physiology, in pathology, and so in homeopathy. Homeopathy, has been now since more than 230 years, since our originator, Dr. Hahnemann.
So, Dr. Kulkarni, abhi tak we had very interesting conversation around what is homeopathy. इससे related एक question बड़ा interesting जो सबके दिमाग में आता है कि origin कहाँ का है homeopathy? Is it Indian? Is it out of India? Who's the father of homeopathy? आप थोड़ा सा इसके बारे में you kind of elaborate थोड़ा सा.
You see that homeopathy comes from Germany.
Okay.
Samuel Hahnemann was an allopathic doctor, postgraduate.
Okay.
And he was not happy with the kind of the treatment which was given to the patients during his time. Of conventional allopathy.
Which time?
1755 he was born.
So it's so old.
Yes, it is old. It is now, you can say homeopathy is 225 to 230 years old. And Hahnemann was a very rational, very wise and scientist-minded man who look at all the structure of the society and the allopathic medication which was being given to the patients during those times. It was also brutal treatment being given. So he decided that he will leave the home practice.
Okay.
He will leave allopathic practice and will just translate some books. He was knowing 14 languages. You can see
14 languages
the level of the intelligence he used to possess. While translating Cullen's Materia Medica, there was a statement given by Cullen that chloroquine cures malaria because it has the capacity to produce malaria-like symptoms in a healthy individual.
Okay.
So he was perplexed. How it is possible?
How is it possible? Okay.
So he took this chloroquine over himself.
Okay.
And he developed symptoms like malaria. So he recorded them. Then gave the same medicine to many of his friends and colleagues and relatives and in the village. He was from the village Leipzig in Germany. And most of them developed symptoms of malaria. So he recorded them. Thus began the theme, the concept, the theory of law of similars. Law of similars means what it causes. The same substance has a capacity to act as a medicinal substance. It can either cure or give the relief.
Okay, so you're trying to say, if you have some similar circumstances,
Correct.
if they are replicated in an environment, so there lies the remedy.
Yes. Now you are coming to a very important point. You see now, similarity is the basis of life.
Okay.
Now, why we are sitting here? Because we have a similar object. To provide information about this unique science, so we develop a relationship.
Absolutely, right.
Some people love each other. What do you mean by the love? They have a resonance.
Absolutely.
They have an attraction. The basis of resonance, of attraction is the thing of similarity. Two rich people come together. Two poor people come together. If a rich man and a poor man come together, they do not live happily. It is difficult. Why? There is no similarity. Similarity is the very basis of life, of any phenomenon. The same process is present as far as the natural law of healing is concerned. Father of medicine is called as a Hippocrates. Hippocrates is called as the father of medicine. This Hippocrates wrote 2 big chapters on the law of similars.
Okay.
So law of similars is a curative principle of nature.
So is this the principle that becomes the sounding principle for homeopathy?
Homeo means similar.
Okay.
Pathy means different.
Oh,
So
okay.
suffering is being treated by homeo, that
Hmm.
is similar medicine.
Hmm.
This is a very interesting process.
So can you just elaborate on how you treat? Like, what is the I don't know whether you call it physiology.
Yeah.
How do you kind of treat? How do you start?
Right.
If someone comes to you with some kind of cold issue or skin related issue,
Right.
so we want to know like how you treat. What is the science behind that?
Right, very good. This is the question. You see, all homeopathic drugs are proved on healthy human beings.
Okay,
We have more than 5,000 remedies in homeopathy.
5,000.
More
Seriously?
than. It is now touching 6,000.
Okay.
Every remedy is proved on healthy human beings.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the proving is very scientific.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The proving is done with double-blind control study. This proving gives us human experience of the action of a remedy. Then there is a collection of all these symptoms which are being experienced by a prover. We call him as a volunteer in the proving.
Acha.
Thus, the remedies are given to a lot of people. They prove the remedies. All the recordings has been done, and the materia medica is produced out of this. This is the materia medica. I am the author of this.
Okay, wow. Okay,
You
great.
see, this is a materia medica of 150 remedies only. Big
So
book.
what do you mean by materia
Materia
medica?
medica means these are the drugs and the information about the drugs.
Okay, so I come to you.
Yes.
And I say, okay, I would like to volunteer.
Correct.
So if you are, finding a
Correct.
solution, so what will you give me for the
I will
first
give
time?
you a old remedy from materia medica or a new remedy.
So it will be some kind of a liquid, or it will be some kind of a pill. What do you?
Yes, you see, homeopathy uses many types of administration routes. Most of the homeopathic remedies are prepared from vegetable kingdom.
Vegetable
Kingdom means
okay.
vegetable plants. We
Okay.
have 75% drugs coming from plant.
So you extract something
Yes,
from the plants?
Yes, from the roots, from the stems, from the
Okay.
flowers,
Okay.
from the liquid that oozes after you squeeze the leaves. So all these preparations come 75% part.
Okay. And what is
Remaining
25%?
25% we have animal. Many animals are used in homeopathy. Then we have metals, mineral kingdom. Mineral kingdom, we have heavy metals, we have non-heavy metals, we have organic and inorganic substances, we have elements. Then in the animal, we have several animals being used in terms of their milk, their secretions. We have human organs being used as homeopathic remedies. These are called as a sarcores in homeopathy. We have X-ray as a homeopathic remedy.
I can't believe this, that homeopathy, that's one pill has so much in it.
You see, pill is only a sugar pill. Actually, we have the liquid.
Okay.
This liquid is very important. It is called as a dilution. It has several potencies. We have three big potencies in homeopathy. First is called as decimal scale. In the decimal scale, the quantity is 1 gram, for example, of the medicinal substance. We add alcohol or water 9 parts. This alcohol which is used is called as ethyl alcohol. In you see beverages, methyl alcohol is used. Ethyl alcohol is a neutral one. It is a very micro amount of it is used as a preservative. Then the pill, on the sugar pill we add the dilution, then the medicine is prepared. This is one scale called as a decimal scale. So the other scale is called as a centesimal scale, 1 raised to 99 parts.
Okay.
The third one is called as a 50 millisimal, where 1 part of the medical substance, and then we add 50,000 drops of either water or alcohol or any other medium which is also used. And then the medicine is prepared in a very set rhythmic process.
Which is very natural to our human body.
Bilkul. Because you see that we filter the crude poisoning effects of the medical substances. Why homeopathy is preferred all over the world today? Because it has no side effects. It has no toxic effects. It has no anaphylaxis. It has no allergic reactions. Basically, because homeopathy goes from material to non-material. This is a process which is called as a desubstantiation. So you go at the energy level, which is the very basis of life, which is the very basis of all of your biological
Right.
activities.
Right.
With the law of similars which is being used, and with what we call as a potentize, dynamize, or we use the word infinitesimal doses. In this dilution, we go beyond what is called as a Avogadro number. I will just in a very few seconds will explain to you.
These terms coined for a lay person kind
It
of
is difficult.
So could you just make it a little more easy to relate so that our audience will understand?
I understand.
Yeah.
Okay. You see that the material doses are being diluted to the extent that there is no material left within it. But the medicinal information is retained, and it is also being transmitted in the further dilution processes. There is a research over this, how homeopathy works.
Okay.
Homeopathy was criticized as a placebo because it goes beyond material. But now the research in water memory, research in nanotechnology, research you will find in several subatomic physics, nuclear physics, modern physics, spectrometer, and many other devices which are being used. It is now beyond doubt that homeopathy works.
Yes, absolutely. That's the reason I was just reading somewhere that the kind of growth homeopathy is seeing, I think 9.53 billion US dollar is the kind of market that homeopathy has globally, and it is going to increase drastically. तो ये जो छोटी छोटी चीजें आपने बताई कि कैसे वॉलंटियर्स ढूंढते हैं, फिर आप इन द फॉर्म ऑफ वेजिटेबल एक्सट्रैक्ट्स या एनिमल जो आपके एनिमल से इंस्पायर्ड कुछ जो कंपोनेंट्स होते हैं एंड अदर फॉर्म्स, तो उससे यू काइंड ऑफ क्रिएट सम काइंड ऑफ अ सॉल्यूशन which is a powerful solution, and then that is given to the patients. ये सब पूछना क्यों जरूरी होता है कि आपका लाइफ सफरिंग तो नहीं है, आपका पूरा लाइफ कैसा रहा है, मतलब गेटिंग डीपर इनटू दिस साइंस.
बहुत क्वेश्चंस आस्क करने वाला ज्यादा अच्छा है या नहीं पूछने वाला अच्छा है?
नहीं, आई थिंक बहुत, मतलब वी हैव नाउअडेज ट्रेन्ड टू आस्क द राइट क्वेश्चन, द पावर ऑफ पावरफुल क्वेश्चंस, राइट?
अभी 1 मिनट में एक पेशेंट आप ट्रीट कर रहे हैं तो पेशेंट को अच्छा लगता है?
हाँ. वो नहीं लगता वैल्यू फॉर मनी नहीं है.
Asking question is to understand the process of a disease which an individual has.
अच्छा.
You see, the concept in homeopathy is a holistic concept. Mind and body are not separate.
Okay.
आप आपके शरीर में इतने ट्रिलियंस ऑफ सेल्स है, मुझे बताओ एक सेल ऐसा बताओ जिसको मन नहीं है.
हाँ, नहीं, उसमें तो न्यूक्लियस होता है ना. मतलब अगर व्हेन वी स्टडी द सेल तो उसमें न्यूक्लियस होता है, माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया होता है, सब कुछ होता है, राइट? वो एक्चुअली जब उसको समझते हैं तो ऐसा लगता है बॉडी पार्ट है.
और उसके अंदर मन है.
हाँ.
Every cell has a mind
of its own, right?
Intelligence of its own. इससे तो हमारी बॉडी बन गई.
बिल्कुल, राइट.
तो माइंड एंड बॉडी आर इनसेपरेबल. दिस इज व्हाट अद्वैत सिद्धांत बोलता है.
बिल्कुल.
फिलॉसफी में, स्पिरिचुअलिज्म में, उपनिषद वही बोलते हैं, वेद वही बोलते हैं, होम्योपैथी वही बोलती है.
हाँ, बिल्कुल.
तो माइंड एंड बॉडी, इससे तो आपकी सिस्टम बन गई, आपकी वो डायनामिक एंटिटी बन गई. वो तो जन्म से मृत्यु तक वही करेगी, वो डायनामिज्म और ये हमारी बॉडी मटेरियलिज्म. ये सब इनसेपरेबल जो है, रियलिटी है, उसको ट्रीट करना है. सिर्फ सिम्टम्स को ट्रीट नहीं करना
है. बहुत एट द रूट कॉज, बहुत बिल्कुल जो बारीक लेवल पे जो ह्यूमन एग्जिस्टेंस है,
जो होता है वो माइक्रो लेवल के ऊपर ही होता है, एनर्जी लेवल के ऊपर ही होता है. व्हाट यू सी इन टर्म्स ऑफ द सिम्टम्स, उसके पीछे बहुत है. उसके पीछे पर्सनालिटी है. सो कॉन्सेप्ट इज यू एज ए पर्सन इज सिक,
राइट?
You as a whole is sick. Your personality itself is sickness.
Right.
अभी देखो आपको बुखार आ गया, आप बोलेंगे ये सिर्फ ये इसको बुखार है और कहाँ बुखार नहीं है. ऐसा बोल नहीं सकते.
नहीं.
बुखार is never local, no. So tell me which illness is local? Most of the illnesses are general. They pertain to the patient as a whole. तो ये बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट आ गया. You have to treat the patient as a whole. You have to treat not only the disease, but also the patient.
Patient, right.
तो होम्योपैथी में 2 टाइप के डायग्नोसिस है. एक है डिसीज डायग्नोसिस. इसके लिए पूरा हम इन्वेस्टिगेशन फॉलो करते हैं. जो मॉडर्न साइंस में है, जो आयुर्वेद में है, वो सब जगह है. तो एक्सरे निकालना है, ब्लड एग्जाम करना है, टाइफाइड है क्या देखना है, कोविड है क्या देखना है, न्यूमोनिया का देखना है, वो तो सब जगह वही रहेगा.
हाँ, मतलब वो जो आपका क्लिनिकल जो आपका
बराबर है
एविडेंस आप उसको प्रूव करने के लिए जो आप साइंस यूज करते हैं,
वो तो सब जगह एक ही है. मेरा एक्सरे अलग है और एलोपैथ का एक्सरे अलग है और आयुर्वेद का एक्सरे ऐसा तो नहीं हो सकता.
नहीं होगा, वो तो ऑब्वियसली कांस्टेंट रहेगा. हाँ.
उसके आगे होम्योपैथी और जाती है, जिसको हम बोलते हैं पर्सन डायग्नोसिस.
अच्छा, ओके.
ये दोनों मिलके हम बोलते हैं कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव डायग्नोसिस.
अच्छा, ओके.
यहाँ होम्योपैथी बहुत आगे जाती है. यहाँ होम्योपैथी में बहुत अद्वैत का, इनसेपरेबल मैटर और एनर्जी का, होलिज्म का, पूरे लाइफ का अंडरस्टैंडिंग होता है. ये आप इलनेस से दूर नहीं कर सकते. इलनेस से दूर करना हम इनएडिक्वेट समझते हैं.
अच्छा.
देखो मैं एक उदाहरण देता हूँ.
हाँ, बताइए.
मैं क्रिटिसिज्म नहीं कर रहा. देखो सन एक्सपोजर से सिर दर्द हो गया. अब डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं. हाँ. वो पैरासीटामोल देता है.
हाँ, बिल्कुल.
उसको अच्छा भी लगता है, अच्छा नहीं भी लगता, वो अलग बात है. ठंड बजी क्योंकि एक्सपोजर टू कोल्ड एयर है और सिर दुखने लगा. एलोपैथिक डॉक्टर क्या करेगा? पैरासीटामोल दे देगा. अभी उसको प्रेम भंग हो गया, डिसअपॉइंटमेंट इन लव है, उसका सर अभी भारी हो गया, दुखता है. उसको पैरासीटामोल देने के बाद आपको क्या लगेगा? मोस्ट ऑफ द डॉक्टर्स थिंक दैट he has headache, he has to be treated as per the headache.
Headache, right. But what is the cause of the headache? Headache that is not treated.
The cause is something which is very unique in each individual. उसका स्टडी पर्सन डायग्नोसिस में आता है, डिसीज डायग्नोसिस में भी आता है. होम्योपैथी दोनों तरफ जाती है. इससे रुग्ण को उसके प्रॉब्लम समझते हैं. अभी देखो मेरा एक रिसर्च वर्क अभी चल रहा है. साइकोलॉजी में बहुत मॉड्यूल्स आ गए. राइट फ्रॉम यूसी फ्राइड, जंग का कॉन्सेप्ट आ गया, बहुत कॉन्सेप्ट्स आ गए. अभी मैं वो टोटली इंटीग्रेटिंग विथ होम्योपैथी कर रहा हूँ. ये बहुत बड़ा काम है. इसमें हाउ द इलनेस इज डेवलप इन ए ह्यूमन बीइंग इन ए माइक्रो वे, एट ए सटल लेवल, एट ए माइक्रो एनर्जी लेवल. इसका जो पूरा स्टडी है, इट इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. व्हाई पीपल फॉल सिक. एंड आप जो कॉज देखते हैं, वो कॉज पूरा पर्सनैलिटी का ही होता है. देखो एंगर एक इमोशन है. कैन यू सी आइसोलेटेड इमोशन ऑफ एंगर? इज इट पॉसिबल?
नो.
नो. It will bring many other emotions with anger.
Anger, which are related to
Correct.
anger, absolutely.
तो ये क्लस्टर पकड़ के, ग्रुप पकड़ के, आपको पर्सन तो आ गए आप. तो पर्सनैलिटी का ट्रीटमेंट देना ये मेडिकल साइंस का बहुत बड़ा काम है. और नहीं किया आपने तो क्या हो जाएगा? इनएडिक्वेसी आ जाएगी. वही देखते हैं और समाज में हम देखते हैं इनएडिक्वेसी से क्या होता है. पेशेंट ड्रग लेता है, क्या प्रॉब्लम उसके छुट्टे उसको भी समझता नहीं है.
हाँ, क्योंकि वो मतलब आई वाज जस्ट रीडिंग समवेयर दैट व्हेन यू गेट headache, there are 40 odd reasons for getting headache, and the way you rightly said कि एक पैरासिटामोल दे दिया तो मतलब is the disease covered? No.
You just suppress the symptoms.
Right.
तो सिम्टोमेटिक रिलीफ देना ये होम्योपैथी में अच्छा नहीं पकड़ा जाता.
हाँ.
आपको पूरा डायग्नोसिस करके डिसीज का और पर्सन का आपको ट्रीटमेंट देना है. इसके लिए नेचुरल लॉ ऑफ हीलिंग जो नेचर ने दिया, लॉ ऑफ सिमिलर्स, वो फॉलो करना है.
अंडरस्टूड.
दैट इज द होल वे ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग होम्योपैथी. इसलिए बहुत क्वेश्चंस लगते हैं. हमें देखना है व्हाट इज यूनिक इन ए पर्सन, व्हाई ही हैज फॉलन सिक, and how he expresses the sickness in his own way.